Trace route, trace the network traffic. So in this lesson, we are actually going to learn and try to understand how we could troubleshoot the network issues if we are having any network issue in our environment. And one of the commands that is mostly used to see where your traffic is going, which gateway or which DNS server it's going from one to another to the third, and finally, how is it going to reach its destination. And to view that entire tracing of those network traffic, you have to use the command trace route. And this is the command, I believe it is also available in other operating systems as well. In Windows, I believe it's called trace RT. I'm not sure exactly what is the command in Mac or other operating system. Anyway, our focus is Linux, so let's see what traceroute does. The traceroute command is used in Linux to map the journey that a packet of information undertakes from its source to its destination. One use of traceroute is to locate when data loss occurs throughout a network, which would signify a node that's down. So as it says, we just need to find the tracing from source to destination, how the packet went through from one to another. Because each hop in the record reflects a new server or router between the originating PC and the intended target. Reviewing the results of traceroute scan also lets you identify slow points that may adversely affect your network traffic. So it could be many different PCs or many different machines or gateways in the middle while your traffic is flowing that could affect your traffic flow. And that's how, once you know, hey, I know this is the machine that is the troubled machine that is causing my network traffic to fail, you could find that out if by running the command trace route. Now, the command itself is just simple trace route and the destination hostname or the IP address or the URL in this case. So if you are trying to go to a URL, let's say google.com, hotmail.com, facebook.com, or wherever you are going, or if you are in your local environment in your corporate world, you probably have an IP or a host name of your machine. Then you could run traceroute space the host name, as long as your machine or where you are running the trace route can resolve that host name to IP. If it cannot, then make sure you put in the IP address. Okay, let's get into my Linux machine and then we will try this traceroute command on it and see how it works. So I will go into my console, and first thing I want to make sure I am online, so I could just do ping any website. So you'll see I'm getting a response back. So I am online. So now let's run the command trace route. Now, when you run it, you have to specify the host name if you are in your environment, in a corporate environment, and you are running your infrastructure and you probably have a lot of servers, so you have to specify the host name if it could resolve it, otherwise the IP address. But for us, since we are using the lab environment, we'll just do google.com and hit enter. And you will see the first hop it is going to do is it's going to jump on to our modem. This is my modem, which is also a gateway to my traffic. So the first hop it is doing is going to my modem, and this is the time it takes to go there, and it didn't cause any issue. If there was any hang time there, it will tell you this is going to take that much long time to go to the second hop. Second hop is going to another gateway right here, which is most likely my NATed IP, which is the internet IP address or the internet IP, the gateway IP. And then it will tell you it did 1, 2, all the way through the 14 hops to get to this IP address, which is the resolved IP address of the google.com. So this is how you could actually use the traceroute utility to find out how your traffic flows from your source to the destination. The reason it went to my gateway first is because that's how my gateway is defined. And to find out your gateway, you could run the command netstat minus rnv, and you will see the gateway I have for all my traffic should flow from the gateway 192.168.1.1. It might be different in your environment depending which environment you're working on, whether you are doing this lesson through your work, then you will have a different one. If you are doing from home, then most likely you will have the same IP address of your gateway. So this is about the trace route. Try to find it, how you could troubleshoot. Many times people also ask what are the different ways you could troubleshoot networking related issue in the operating system. So you could also bring up this trace route command, and this is one of the uh, main command that will help you troubleshoot networking related issues.